Right, so questions that I've got prepped here already. Interesting one. What makes the perfect member here at TBH? Now, if I think about what makes the perfect member, it probably isn't what you'd expect. I think for a lot of people, they'd think you've got to be able to train really hard, you've got to know exactly what you're doing. When actually, the perfect member for us is actually just someone who wants to be here, who's willing to learn. I think a key skill that we look for with clients, and also when we're speaking in our coaching meetings as actual coaches and members of Team TBH, is being coachable. If you can be coachable, great, because that is going to allow us to have more impact on your lives and to get a bigger change. So ultimately, it's being as coachable as possible. That's probably what I'd look for to be an amazing TBH member. Nice team. What else have we got on there? It's just a running thing. What other things? What other misconceptions they have before joining? Probably that, again, you have to be super fit to join. You don't. Like, probably for most people that we have join, I'd say 90% of people that they've probably never trained before, or at least haven't trained in like 10 plus years. That's very much what happens. And I think also what we do is we're looking to basically get you from the position where you've not done anything before. We don't want to wreck you, we want to build you up slowly. It probably wouldn't be very good for our business if everyone just left after the first week because we absolutely battered them. So yeah, no, a key thing for, again, this goes back to being a successful client, but like also what we look for as a general thing is you've got to be able to actually start, and it's for us to build you up to a point where you can stick at it. What questions have we got in the chat? Tracy, hello. Alex, hello. Andrew, hello. Reed, hello. Aaron, hello. Rob, bloody hell, flying here. Doris and Dennis, great set of names there. I like this one, non-negotiables. So what are the non-negotiables of a TBH experience? I think number one is coaching quality. You know, we expect high level of coaching quality. For us as, again, coaches, we know this could be the 1 hour of the day that you enjoy. So what we'd be looking for is that you love the hour that you're spending with us. So if you had a terrible day, we're here to look out for you. If you had an amazing day, we're here to look out for you. Big thing is that you come away having either learned something, or you've enjoyed it, or you feel more free, you feel more mentally relieved, you feel stronger, you feel fitter, or you just come to get an amazing sweat on. So that's probably the one non-negotiable, is you walk out of the session knowing you actually got something from it, rather than just going to some random class and being like, what the hell was the point of that? Soldier, Susie, Jakey boy, look at that, Jakey boy's in here, Ethan's in here as well. How are you guys? Again, feel free to just shoot anything in. Rita, Kirsty, Maria. Ethan, what do you want to know? Feel free to shoot it in here. Ash King, cool. AYS, nice. How are we? Again, do people need to be fit before they join? No. I mean, if anything, we work with people who are the complete opposite end of being fit. Like, probably most people who come to join us, they haven't trained in 10 plus years. So yeah, we specialize in being able to help people who've done nothing for ages and want to just get back on their feet and feel fitter and stronger again. Like, typically our client base is 30 plus, so you're not your very usual gym type, and probably because we know that men and women over 30, it's a massive fall-off rate when it comes to training. And actually, you probably need the training and the strength work for your bones and muscles more than any other time. So yeah, definitely worth thinking you don't need to be fit to actually join TBH as a gym. Gabby, Anna, Lois, you waved, Gibbo. Come on guys, ask me some questions, anything you want. Hi Ruby, how are you? Lucy. How's the Heron team getting on? Kian, Lucy, Lois, Corin. Feel free, again, keep shooting questions in. Okay, good question. Oh, Lois, okay. I have PCOS and it's taken me 7 months to lose just 1 stone. What workout in the gym would you do? Really good question. I think this goes across the board here, because I think when you've got PCOS, and again, I'm not a PCOS expert, but we've dealt with so many people who've had this as a general problem. And one thing you need to remember is it's going to be a lot of strength work. So building as much lean muscle as possible. So whether that is jumping in and doing some more resistance training, progressive overload, and what that means is just actually doing a little bit more each session. Doesn't mean more volume, or doesn't have to just mean bigger weights. It can be a combination of everything. What you need to make sure you're doing though is every week following a structured plan. What you can't be doing is jumping from like a spin class to a HIIT class to a run the next week. I want structured resistance training, and that's probably the best way to kind of build that lean muscle, especially with PCOS where it's much, much harder to lose weight. Hopefully that answered your question in there, and feel free to send in any follow-ups, guys. I mean, also, by the way, Lois, like, I know it's a stone that you've lost there, and you might be disappointed with that, but like, that's still sick. It's another stone. Imagine if you hadn't lost a stone. It's probably the opposite end of the spectrum. Like, so it's probably another thing that we speak to about clients as well. It's like the only reason you'll ever fail is if you stop. So if you can just find something that actually you can stick to long term, you're winning. I had this conversation literally yesterday with someone. They were like, look, I had 3 months where I didn't lose a single pound, but I kept going. And because she kept going, when her head was in the right position to jump into another fat loss phase, she was able to do it rather than giving up, going right back to square one again, and then being like, oh, got to start all over again. So any progress is progress, and that's a real thing to remember, especially when you factor in all the thing around GLPs, things around Mounjaro, things around Wegovy, anything like that. Like, progress is progress. The thing that works is a thing you can stick to long term. I love it, Lois. That makes me happy. That makes me really, really happy. You're not going to give up, and you're going to stick to it. Feel free just to keep updating me with your progress. I'd love to hear how you're getting on. What else have we got? Daniel Tucker, how are you, mate? You're all good? Sony, hope you're good. Okay, so that's a good question. Why do most people fail when trying to lose weight? Again, it comes back to just giving up, not finding the thing that they can stick to. If you think about your lifetime, you didn't put the weight on in like 6 weeks. So in the same way as you're not going to probably lose all the weight you've put on in 6 weeks, you need to find the thing that keeps you going, the community, the friends. You're far more likely to be able to stick to something if you've got people around you that actually also want to do it as well. So finding that thing that you enjoy is really important, because I think most people just, when you think, right, I need to lose weight, they just go straight into bombing some running. If you're 5 stone overweight, probably your knees aren't going to love going and doing a load of running. That's just being blunt. Like, you're not going to enjoy it. So why then would you go and do more running? Does that make sense? So you need to find the thing you actually like, find the community you know are going to help you. Also find someone that's going to motivate you and tell you straight. Like, I'm not afraid to be really blunt to all my clients, and if we think they're fucking around, we'll tell them and say, get on with it. So you need that type of person in there as well. But also having someone that keeps in your ear, that says, just keep going, keep sticking at it. Because if you don't, then unfortunately, that's where you'll fail. Valeria, hello, how are we? Lois, have you got any other questions that you can think of that again, any questions is a good question. It'll probably help other people in the chat as well. Feel free to shoot them in. Just whilst you're thinking of it. Same with you, Valeria. Just chuck anything. CF, how much is our membership? I mean, it obviously depends person to person. The nice thing is that all of our memberships are, they're customizable to every single person, because again, what might work for me could be very different for you, CF. Like, I don't want to just tell you that you're going to need one thing when actually you could need a whole other things. Or also on the opposite side of things, you might not need half the stuff that I'm going to offer you. I think one thing that we always stress is that, like, if you go to a gym or a personal training gym and they just give you the pricing straight away without even have a conversation with you or even understanding what your goals are, I would just run for the hills, because all they're going to do is just sell you a generic plan that just won't work. Like, me as a 28-year-old male is going to be very different to a 54-year-old female. So everyone needs a slightly different membership. But yeah, I mean, just drop me a message, CF, if you want some more info on stuff. I love this one. Why do so many people hate the gym? It's so funny because like on every call that we have, like when especially with new people, they're always like, when I ask them the question like, what's your gym experience? It's like, oh, I hate it. I just hate going. I'm like, perfect. You're gonna love coming and training with us. I think probably the reason most people hate going to the gym is one, they don't know what they're doing. Like they'll walk into the gym and go, what the hell am I doing here? Two, they don't feel comfortable because no one's shown them what to do. But also three, they're already lacking in confidence, whether that be mental, physical, maybe they feel out of place. So when you accumulate all three, it's then no wonder people don't want to go into the gym when you see loads of like jacked people, super fit, like super lean, people wearing like, you know, whatever they want in there. But like ultimately the reason people go in is because they don't feel confident in themselves. If you just had that person with you who's going, right, Tom, what you're going to do is you're going to get onto this machine and I'm going to look after you. And that's all we're going to do. And do you know what? I bet it would be so much easier for people to actually join a gym in that case. But then the key is then having that support network every single time you come in. It's really easy to stick to something for like I said, 6 weeks. Well, I say easy. It's far easier to stick to something for 6 weeks than it is for 6 months. So that's where you need that constant accountability, someone in your ear saying, oi, come on, we're going to do this. This is the time we're going to meet. This is what we're going to do in the session. And this is how we're going to approach things. Lois, we are based in Nottingham. So if you are close to Nottingham area, feel free, pop in, come and have a chat, come and have a few sessions, absolutely on the house. Always anyone on TikTok who I speak to, just supporting, just come in for a few free sessions, we'll look after you if you're in the area. Phoebe, how are you? Oh, Wales. Oh. Well, if you're in Nottingham, you know, if you're ever passing by, we'll look out for you. But again, even if you feel free to just keep jumping on these lives and keep asking questions or even just updating me with progress, I'm still happy to help you out. Marwa, how are you? You okay? What does strength for the life you live mean? So what we mean by that is not just being able to go and do a Hyrox, it's probably the most obvious example, or go and run a 10K or lift the heaviest weight. We want you and us at TBH, especially the coaches and what we stand for, to be able to go and play with your children. You know, if they want you to go and play football with them for 2 hours straight, you can go and do that. If you need to go and help your wife out carrying 50 bags of shopping and you're worried about your back going, you can do that. If you need to go and renovate your house and you're on a budget and you need to be able to do that, well, we want you to be able to do that. That's what strength for life is, in our opinion. And that's why it's important. Like, it's not just, yeah, Hyroxes are cool, but like also that's not everything. Luna, hello Luna, how are you? Which coach talks the most? I don't know actually. I think we're all big yappers. That's kind of what we have to be in this business. You've got to be able to be a good talker. Actually, it's what we look for whenever we're hiring for new coaches as well. It's all about personality. We can coach someone to be an amazing coach, but what you can't, or what takes a lot longer to coach, is to be an amazing person. So that's what we would look for, first of all, if you are looking to join our coaching team, or even just work for us generally. JJ. Guys, any other questions in here that you want to ask me, feel free to shoot them in. Happy to help out in every single way. We're on 20 likes for the stream at the moment as well. We want to get that easily above 100. Come on, easily over 100. A29, hello. Here we go, CF, let's have a look. I've been on a cut for 8 weeks now, 109.5 starting weight, weighed in 94.2 this morning. Ho, ho, ho. Mate, I bet you are absolutely buzzing with that. Like you must feel better for that as well. Is that, what was the original reason you said you wanted to get out there and start losing weight? What kind of made you go, oof, I've really got to start taking this seriously now? I'd be interested to know. Whilst you're writing that out, I've got another question here. Exercise you'd ban forever. Now this is going to be controversial because I know most people would think ban burpees, but I actually just hate the ski erg. That's my least favourite exercise in the entire world. I hate it. I think it's just 'cause I'm so weak. Like I just, I honestly hate it. Anytime there's skiing in the program, because I'll always jump in with the program as well when I can. But any skiing, God, I'm terrible. I'd much rather row. So yeah, I'd ban the ski erg forever. And CF, let's have a look. Genuinely, I feel so much better now. To be honest, the turning point was I started getting a bit of knee pain. Yes, so we get that a lot. So I was speaking to a lady yesterday, and the big thing for her was shoulder pain. And it's when you start noticing it in real life, it makes you go, ooh, probably I want to start taking this a bit more seriously. So CF, for you, was that you started noticing knee pain doing like general day-to-day things, or was that like a, was that training that you noticed that? Let me know. Sweet corn or peas? Oh, Nikita, I'll be honest, I don't like either. I think I'd probably, if I really had to, I'd have to go peas, but I really don't like sweet corn. Do you know what I would enjoy? I like corn on the cob. That, for me, is always like a go-to. If I mean, yeah, so like I had a corn on the cob on the barbecue when I was away in France, and it was really nice, but I don't really love peas either. Like you're probably asking me like the two hardest things. What would you have? Oh, sweet corn is better. Why? Why is sweet corn better than peas? CF, it was just general day-to-day, life noticed it. I couldn't squat, kneel for long at all. Yeah, Jesus, mate, that's always a worry, I would say. You know, if you're noticing that like it's starting to come into real life, it's okay, I need to start doing about it. Nikita, yes, yummy. Okay, right, if I ask you back a question, what's your favourite food? What is your favourite food? Same with you, CF. What are you eating now that you're on your cut? I'd like to know. Whilst you two are typing those out, I've got another question. How has running TBH changed me as a person? Well, I'd say it's certainly made me a better decision maker. That's a really important thing. And also making a quick decision is very important. Now, something I still need to get better at. I'd say the best thing is being able to look at processes. Now, that sounds like a really boring thing to say, but like I'd say a skill of mine is being able to look through a problem that we're having and just break everything down step by step. I'm quite a logical thinker. I struggle with if someone was to describe something to me, I'd struggle to visualize it, but I really like seeing step-by-step processes. I like following instructions and being able to spot problems and then fix them on the fly is something I enjoy doing. And that's definitely something that running a business that now into year 4 that I'm a hell of a lot better at than I was on like year 1. Here we go then, right. Been a lot of 0% fat yogurt with protein powder, nice, I like that. White potato, rice, chicken, beef, oats. Yeah, I mean, all of them are go-tos. The only thing I found with oats is that my stomach just kills after eating them all the time. Nikita, jacket potato, are you joking? That hurts my feelings. That's not that wouldn't be up there. No pizza, no chocolate, no ice cream. I mean, fair, what would you have on your jacket potato? CF, with the protein powder, how's that on your stomach? Does that hurt? Does it feel okay? Barely have oats, max twice. Yeah, okay, fine. So it's not like you're having them all the time. Beans, cheese, and coleslaw on the side. God. I remember how I used to have that after school sometimes. And Mum and Dad would quite often do jacket potatoes with us. Maybe I just overdid it, to be honest. Although I must admit, I'm not like a massive potato fan. I'd always rather have like pasta if I could. Beans, cheese, and coleslaw. Yeah, again, like coleslaw doesn't do anything for me either. I've only been eating 2 scoops max a day, so yeah, that's fair. And do you have like an isolate, like a Clearway isolate or creamy pesto pasta? Yeah, that's a bit of me. Now we're talking. Get rid of the cheesy beans and potatoes. Let's just have pesto pasta for the rest. rest of my life. New gym, why did we decide to move? Okay, good question. So why did we decide to move to the new spot? Now, being honest, like, part of it was not in our control. You know, we wanted to do the upgrades on the old building that we just weren't able to do. So that was partly because of it. I think secondly, we wanted to, you know, because of that, upgrade the building to a point where the clients then get a better experience. And because we weren't able to do that, we didn't have the support, we didn't have the landlord backing in that sense, it made it very hard for us to stay. So yeah, moving was one by choice, but also, not by choice, but in the end it was a decision that we all made together. It was going to be the best for the business. Cheesy beans. Mate, Nikita, you're killing me on these food choices. I know Jake, who's one of our coaches, he'd be all over this. There's a food van that comes every single day, and he would literally have like cheesy jacket potato and beans every single day. Like, he'd probably eat like 4 potatoes at once. So yeah, I've been using P4M, Applied Nutrition, and C4. Yeah, I mean, I know we do our own supplements here, and they always work really well for myself, but the Applied Nutrition one I do get on well with as well for my own pre-workout. I don't use our pre-workout just because the flavour doesn't, I mean, just don't like, we don't have the flavours that I like at the moment, so we're working on it behind the scenes, but the Applied Nutrition ones are really good. And yeah, Nikita, like, he loves it. He used to go to the sandwich shop and just get about 4 sandwiches at once as well, like he's a unit. Right, any more questions, guys? Feel free to keep shooting them in. Why don't you just run random workouts every day? Because structure works. You can't just do random things every single day and expect to see progress. No structure equals no progress. It's as simple as that. You need to see weights going in the right direction, you see fitness going in the right direction. If you jump around, do random stuff, or just try and do full HYROX simulations every day, you are going to get nowhere. I mean, a good example is you wouldn't see an Olympic athlete going and doing random exercises, would you? They'd follow a program. So that's exactly the same reason as we do. Like, we treat our clients like Olympic athletes in the sense of the level of care. We're not obviously doing the same thing, but it's having a plan and having a structure that actually does the heavy lifting. Right, guys, I'm going to do 5 more minutes, so feel free. You've got 5 more minutes to ask any more questions that you want to ask. Any personal stuff that you want to know, any fun ones that you want to know. Which coach would survive longest on a desert island? Emily, by a long way. I just think, Jake, unfortunately, mate, you'd get too hungry. I feel like Emily would be resourceful, and Jake, you'd probably end up needing to just eat sandwiches the whole time. Last few questions coming in, guys. What else would you ask? Favorite exercise at the moment? I mean, I'm enjoying my running at the moment. I think I still keep saying it. Like, I'm not loving my weight-based training as much. I mean, we go through phases of everything, like where, you know, in a big muscle building phase, then I'll get really stuck into my heavier lifts. But like, at the moment, for me, the running side of things is definitely where my heart's at the moment. It's just nice to kind of enjoy the summer weather as well. I know it's so boring, but like, I feel so grateful just getting out there. And also because we're in Colic, like, you can just get out there and run around Colic Park the whole time. What makes people stay for years? Well, one, progress. You know, you've got to actually achieve the results that you want to achieve. I think the second thing is then having the right community and support around you. Getting involved in sessions is really important. So, you know, not just hiding away in the corner. I know it's really easy to do so, and the coaches will help encourage that kind of community feel. But like, the big thing for us is actually getting stuck into stuff, being coachable, as I said earlier, enjoying the socials. And again, the socials for every single person doesn't mean you have to go and get drunk on a social. You know, just coming on the weekend for a coffee, jumping into a HYROX session if you want to do a little bit different stuff. You know, it's all about finding your community. That's a big thing when it comes to sticking to something. And here is JP, Jack Potter, in the building. Hello, mate. Why are you not at work? at school. Shocking, absolutely shocking. And they let you on your phone, mate. That is disgusting behaviour. What's on the agenda for today? Just whilst we're letting and this is why you're the GOAT. Just whilst the last couple of questions in, we've got about 2 minutes left on this. This question here is a really cool one. It's like, why is accountability important? And I think what sums it up is exactly the thing that probably most people say to me is when they're coming and joining. It's like, if you've not got someone there waiting for you, if you've not got someone there showing you what to do, if you've not got a team, a community, all just supporting you, it makes it very hard to keep going. Accountability is important because it's the thing that will keep you going beyond your initial motivation. So knowing that you're paying for something is a level of accountability. Knowing that someone's there waiting for you, knowing you don't want to let someone down, knowing you don't want to let your teammates down, knowing that someone is going to check up on you if you've not turned up to the gym, knowing that someone's going to ask you a question to understand you slightly better. They're all levels of accountability, and accountability is the thing that keeps you going long term to help build the habits, to help get training to feel like brushing your teeth. Ultimately, that's what I want training to be. It's just you're all going to have to do it forever. That's the reality of being in a modern world. So you have to find something or someone or a group that will keep you accountable and keep you going long term. And that is why accountability, and specifically group accountability, is my favorite form of it. And it's why if you have accountability, you are way more likely to actually achieve the results that you set out for. Right, team, I think that is a good enough setup for today. Thank you all for jumping on. Thank you for all the questions. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will speak to you all soon.